Hello and good evening to today's episode of Being Spursy. Have Tottenham Hotspur finally arrived? New look Harry Kane? Kane, Son and Bale. Watch out Premier League. What do we do about our shaky defense? Refereeing this season has been absolutely tragic. All this and more on today's episode of Being Spursy. So along with me today we have Pratik, Karthik and Mani. Hi guys.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Okay. So first things first. What do you guys think about today's match? Do you think that Tottenham has finally come to be that match-winning team? So, Pratik, what do you think about today's match, and do you think that they've come back with a winning mentality now?
I mean, it's too early to talk about a winning mentality because it's just been a week. But this week has been bloody awesome. I mean, we never thought it would be so good. It could have been like a world perfect week if that Newcastle draw wouldn't have happened. But forget that. Like it's been perfect after that. Chelsea win, and now like today's was very unexpected. I thought it will be a very close game. We'll probably get a draw because it was an away game. But I still can't believe that's like 6-1. It's like once in a like
Blue moon kind of
one
thing.
year kind of result. Yeah. So I mean,
True, true,
I
true.
don't think we had won there by more than 2 goals ever. Like 3-1 probably was the biggest margin. So yes, this is amazing scoreline and signs are good. Let's see how
Yeah,
we do in the coming months. So yes, but yeah, good signs, very good signs.
true. What about you, Karthik?
Yeah, it's as Pratik put it, it's still early days, but scoring 13 goals in 2 matches, and everyone would dream about it. So
True,
we
true.
hope to get more 30 more goals in next 2 matches, or hopefully in one match. It will be even more better.
And money?
Um, exactly what Pratik bro told. This week's as well a lot of hectic week, but we did incredibly well. Other than the Newcastle run, that team performed really well. We thought of today it will be 2-1, I guess, other than penalty, but we played really fantastically.
That's very true. Very true.
If
So,
the
Karthik, what do you actually think about Harry Kane's game today?
It was perfect. Only the hat trick was missing actually. He was just playing for hat trick last time. Today also like okay, let me score a hat trick this time also.
Huh.
So we thought everybody was expecting 7-1 score. So one or we'll accept for 6-1. It's okay. But he played very good today. Like
True.
true gem.
What about you, Pratik?
Yeah, I mean, he was brilliant. I mean, he didn't play as a striker. He kept dropping deep, or looking to pick out the pass for Son or even Aurier and any runners behind their defense. And yeah, he played more as a passing midfielder than a striker. And of course, he was there to score that goal when their defense messed up and for the penalty. But it was a perfect performance. Not exactly as a striker, but as a complete midfielder come striker. It's like he played a lot of roles and he was very good today. Very, very good.
So looks like our man Harry Kane is actually molding himself to be more of a midfielder than a striker. You're saying?
He has the ability, the passing ability is there. I mean, it wasn't there earlier in his career. I mean, we didn't see it because he used to be at the end, receiving end of the passes instead of creating them. But now
True.
we are seeing a lot of creative side of his. So, what Rooney tried to do after, he went past 30, that he tried to become midfielder. He's good, but
Yeah.
I think Kane has a very good prospect, probably when he wants to switch to a midfield role in future. Who knows?
What about you, Money?
Exactly. Even I'm expecting a Kane hat trick, but I think he deserved hat trick. I think in today match.
Hmm.
Compared with the early seasons, Kane is completely different player. We are watching a completely different Kane. He's defending. He's playing playmaker. His assist is absolutely world class. I think last 3 matches, the passes in Newcastle and last European League matches, his passes incredible. I think midfielder. He is also playing as a midfielder and attacker and defender.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true, Mani. So, Mani, what do you think about our future attack force? Kane, Son, and Bale. Man, the Premier League is gonna be very lit. Mani?
Okay. Sorry, sir. I thought it's a Pratik, bro. Okay, I'm really excited to see these three trio, because now I thought we were little bit shanking, little bit attacking. When we play against the Newcastle, we miss so many goals. We are lacking in finishing. Right? Even earlier this season, after the restart of the Premier, we were lacking in finishing. We lost so many matches, and we also got lost points due to this lacking finishing. But after in this season, we really improved a lot in finishing. And now the way we are playing, then Bale will add. I don't know what gonna happen in Premier League. The Premier League is not yet ready for this incredible trio.
True. What about you, Pratik?
Yeah, I mean, I personally never thought we'll be scoring so many goals even without Bale. I mean, because
Yeah, yeah.
it's like it's example of this is like you haven't even given the test and you end up getting like the first rank.
True.
That's the analogy I can think of, because I thought we'll be doing better after Bale comes, but I think the competition which we are added now in the squad is really bearing fruits. I mean, it's like everybody is like on top of the game. Everybody is like, we don't want to do anything which takes us out of the first team. We want to like put our best foot forward because they know how ruthless Jose can be. We are seeing it with Ali. And
Hmm.
even Ali seems to be good. In the midweek, he played that like audacious flick to get that penalty. Even
Oh,
today,
that
he
was
was very
good.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, even today he was very good. I mean, like very little minutes, but he did very well. There was no lethargy, no misplaced passes from him. That's what we have been seeing for a long time now. So
True.
it was like, I think everybody's on their toes, and that's like bringing out the best in them. So yes, I mean, I expect our team to be like in full throttle after Bale comes, because if you look at it, even Lo Celso was missing. I was just thinking, okay, if Lo Celso was there, how many threaded balls we would have got, and I think
True.
the scoreline would have been better. I was just thinking that then. Like far better times to come.
Mhm.
Like fingers crossed, we don't have any injury issues. And
Yeah.
Jose is good with squad management, like at least on the looks of it. So let's
Yeah.
looking to to the future, one game at a time, and we are still in like all four competitions. So yes, so let's make the best out of it.
Right. And what about you, Karthik?
Uh, as Pratik perfectly put it, we are having a very good squad depth with Bale coming in. With Bale coming in, people got suddenly like, oh, my place will be gone to Bale. So Lamella, Mora, all are like pushing themselves. Okay, I have to
Yeah.
do, and I cannot be replaced.
That's
But
true.
Lamella was like truly shithousey, like the level.
Oh my God. I
Can I
mean,
add one more point, bro?
sure. Go ahead.
It's not about the squad, bro, but the bench is also really strong. More than that, the competition
Yeah.
the competition between the players also very good, because when we thought as Matt Doherty will be the starting 11 for every match, but the way the
Aurier
last
made
two
it this
matches, the
time.
way Serge played is really incredible. He made it to the playing 11. That shows how we players are competing themselves. That really helpful for the team in future games also.
Yeah. Very true. I mean, I do remember a very old match where we were compared with Liverpool's lineup, and they had a very built, substitute bench also, but we didn't really have anyone to replace. So this season seems really good that way.
Yeah, I mean, see, right now, earlier what used to happen, what we have like we had a very strong like 11, starting 11. The bench was weak, and in
Yeah.
case of injuries, we are fucked. But now what's happening? We have a strong lineup, we have a strong bench, and we have some strong players like Ali and all, not even in the on the bench. So it's a very good sign of progression in terms of squad depth.
Yeah, also the new signing, the Vinicius.
Oh yes, even
Right.
he's yet to come, correct.
So there'll be some rest for Kane.
Yeah,
Kane also has a competitor as well as he's got rest at the same time.
yes, that's great.
Yes. He definitely need a rest. Otherwise, he'll get injured.
So what do you guys think about the
uh,
whole, our defensive errors? Do you think it has gone to a minimum or we can still improve there?
Okay, I'll tell you what I think is our defensive errors are still there, but they have reduced. But now we are outscoring the opposition for now because even in against the Maccabi, the team we had we get good chances. That Cherry guy was like very good, and
Yeah.
even today, I mean they didn't do much. Of course, their defense was more shit than ours. But what I see general trend is we are scoring like our scoring rate is increasing, our defensive rate are decreasing. We are yet to test ourselves against a very strong team. Maybe Liverpool and Liverpool or probably Leicester or City will be a very good test, and then we can judge ourselves how our defense has coped with their attack.
True, true. What about you, Karthik?
Uh, Today, or the games which we played are not the true test. As Pratik put out, there are teams which have very good attack. He actually forgot there's also Leeds who do not give up or anything.
Yeah.
We have to see how we are coping up. Also, there's also a constant fear of Aurier giving penalty.
Yeah.
Today's match, everybody thought, okay, Aurier one pakka penalty he'll give because it is Manchester United. But he
Thank God it wasn't Aurier. Oh, God.
So there's one constant fear. So if he changes that aura of like him giving a penalty or doing some mind fuck thing, so we are good set in defense. But I thought there's one more CB coming in the new signing, so that is not looking up. So we are happy with the current defense. There's still room for improvement.
One point I would like to make, which I forgot, which I just remembered, is that this the signing of Højbjerg is very good. I mean, it has changed a lot. I mean, against the Everton game, I was disappointed with him because I thought he was a bit slow. But ever since then, he has been like on top of everything. Today, he was like everywhere, literally everywhere. Defense, the pass to Aurier for the goal, amazing. Like very good performance from him.
True. I mean, even considering the fact that our lineup is also made in a way that our left back and right back are mostly in the front more than back. So Højbjerg is like playing as the third defender also. That adds more depth.
Yeah,
Yes.
true.
What about you, Mani?
Yeah, bro. The what Pratik bro told regarding the defense, but the errors become minimal, but we are in a need to be best because Dyer has to do so much work because he has to do so many shaky passes regarding man marking, regarding corners, and chances also give away penalty. In the last 5 matches, we are failed to keep a clean sheet also. But in my opinion, I guess Toby should add 1 or 2 games because Toby and Dyer or Toby and Sanchez would be the good partnership. This Dyer and Sanchez need to be learn so many things from this errors, I think.
True.
Because they are still in a learning curve, but they are giving small minimum errors, but that leads to the giving away the goals.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the main problem.
That's a good point, my money, because Sanchez is still young and has errors, and Eric Dyer is still adjusting to CB, so
Yes.
as a permanent position. So good points. It needs some time for this partnership to be like a world class level.
Yes. They're still in a learning curve.
Yeah.
One more regarding Højbjerg, I really am really impressed with what Højbjerg does because we know Son, Kane, they are overshadowed. What they are playing, they definitely will be overshadowed by those players. The way he's playing, he's perfect for our central defensive midfielder. The way he giving passes, the way he's defending is absolutely incredible. It is one of the best signing also in this window.
I very much agree with that. Very much. So, Pratik, how about all the refereeing that's been going on? So, I mean, as of late.
Today I'm very happy, of course, but like,
Last,
like Anthony Taylor was amazing, like the best referee of all time today.
I think
I
this is
think that's the
28
best referee we
near
got.
after the start. I think
Except the first minute.
28 penalties, I guess. 20.
Yeah, I didn't see the first 5 minutes. I have to go back to the replay, but yes, apart from that, he was perfect.
We already expected the penalty.
Oh,
I saw
I
the
think
highlights.
every single one of our Spurs fan in the group also mentioned we are gonna get a penalty and penalties is gonna be scoring.
Yeah,
I didn't get even shocked because I know it's coming. The penalty is coming, but I didn't expect it in less than 1 minute.
it's
I'm so happy with
So-
it. Definitely, they'll get the penalty initially so that the game will start again.
If this is a scoreline, getting penalty in first minute, I don't mind. Except getting penalty in the last minute.
Oh
I
yes,
don't know how they guys are getting penalty in each and every game. They are very good at getting penalties.
actually, I am happy about Lamela falling and Davis also falling with the Pogba slide, because Lamela had no need to fall; he could have just stayed. And even Ben Davis, I think he could have, stayed on his feet. But I'm glad they are taking these things, because these shit decisions have always gone against us. So for once, it's good to be, the bad boys.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Very true. I mean, I don't think we've ever gotten a bad decision for us till perfectly till today. All the time we try doing something, we used to get the bad
So
card.
many bad decisions we had in Old Trafford. This is like only one day which we
True.
The one more offside also that totally irritated us.
Yeah, that's very true.
When player get offside, he has to lift the flag, right? When
Yeah.
he went and kick a goal, then after he lifts the flag. Don't know what
Yeah,
the new
it's
rule
kind
has
of
changed. Right?
lame to actually think that after the move is over, that guy is showing the flag.
No,
It's
that's
like,
the new rules, because what happens is you're allowed to continue the play until the play finishes, and there's a VAR check at the end. So nowadays the referees have been instructed, like, if you are in doubt, keep the flags down. If you are
Okay.
like very very sure that it's offside, then only they are raising the flags. But coming back to the main point about the refereeing, I think the refereeing standard is still good, decent. But the problem is the rules, the rules are fucked up, especially the handball rules. So I think
there's
against
some
Newcastle,
leniency now. There's some change the leniency, right? So they
yeah, but I don't know if what will happen. And what I read was that the Dyer handball for the Newcastle game would have still been given a penalty, because his hand was above the shoulders. But that was a shit decision still. But what I'm seeing is, one day it will be good for you, other day it will be bad for us. So that's what we saw from Newcastle. Today things are very good with the Lamela, the red card for the Anthony Martial. So I'm taking the pinch of salt, enjoy the good days and forget the bad days. That's all.
Can I add one point that handball rule, bro?
yeah,
Just basic rule, bro. When they get a corner, the defender without lifting hand, he cannot able to jump that height, right?
I
Yeah.
agree.
They use
Without lifting their hand, they cannot able to jump to defend, right?
I agree. Yeah.
that's what happens. They use it as
If he simply put the hands down, he cannot able to jump. That's actually basic thing. They cannot able to jump without lifting their hands.
those rules need a lot of work, So let's see what happens.
And the next week we are gonna be facing West Ham. The people who've been giving upsets one after the other.
if we get Moyes
Leicester
on the
match
stadium,
also
we'll get
actually was
3 good.
shocking. So we have to be very prepared for the next match.
If Moyes comes into the ground, we are saved.
Yeah, totally.
Nice. Okay then.
Yeah, Moyes needs to continue working from home. It's good for him, and good for him. But if hopefully he comes back, stops his work from home for us.
That Son hamstring injury is all the strategy, the Jose strategy, I guess.
90 games.
So it's like a fake hamstring you guys are telling.
Not necessarily a fake, but he didn't see what Joseph does is one thing very good is he never he doesn't probably lie, but he never also tells you the complete truth. He will tell you what is needed. So he didn't say that Son will be starting or not starting. He'll be there. We don't know, and that we can go with the match lineup. So that's one good thing with Jose. He keeps the other managers guessing. So that's good for us.
But he still leaves that breadcrumb trail, right?
Yeah. It is up to the other manager to fall to it. Fall for it.
Okay, guys. So I guess that's it for today's episode.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Very
Alright.
good game. Very good result. Congrats, everyone. Everyone listening.
Come on,
yes.
Spurs.
Come on, your Spurs.
Come on,
Come
you
on,
Spurs.
Spurs.
Okay. Thank you very much and good night.